Hi you guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Patience. To my existing subscribers, welcome back. If this is your first time here, be sure to click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can continue to indulge in the Hot Bella experience. In today's video, I am going to be trying out the Nude Rich palette from Huda Beauty for the first time. So this is an eyeshadow palette that I picked up during the most recent Sephora VIB sale, and this is not a new palette by any means. It has been out for quite some time, but I wanted to wait until a sale came around and also to make up my mind that I really needed this palette in my collection. And as you guys can see how this look turned out, I am so happy that I decided to move forward with this purchase. This palette is gorgeous, and the eyeshadows in this palette are extremely pigmented. The look turned out beautiful. I am really happy with how this look turned out. In this video today, I'm also going to be using the Pat McGrath Lab Skin Fetish Complexion products. That's the concealer, the under eye powder, and also the setting powder. I am also using my airbrush for my complexion today. So yeah, I think this look turned out absolutely gorgeous. And if you'd like to see how I created this look, then keep watching. To prep my face for this look today, I used my SK2 Patera Skincare Essence. I also used my Glow Recipe Watermelon Pink Juice Moisturizer. And I primed my face with the Becca Velvet Blurring Primer. And to start off, I am going to use this Rose Gold highlighter from Becca, and I'm going to use this as my brow bone highlight. And I'm going to use this shade right here as my transition shade. I'm going to use this shade right here on my outer V and then sweep it into the crease area. I'm going back into this shade right here once again. This is my transition shade, and I'm just going to add a little bit more of this into this look. I want to make sure I don't have any harsh lines, and I also want to make sure that I don't lose this shade. So just a little bit. And I think I want to do a halo eye look today, so I'm going to use my MAC 242. And I am going to go into this shade right here. This is the deepest shade in this Nude Rich palette from Huda Beauty. And I'm going to use this on the inner corner and the outer corner of my eye. And I'm going to take this up just a little bit higher than my natural crease line. I'm going to take this small eyeshadow brush here, and I am going to go into this shade right here, and I'm going to place this in the center area here of where I've started to build up this halo. I decided not to use any concealer or eyeshadow base to carve out this little center area right here for today's look. I'm just going to go in straight away based upon the eyeshadow primer that I already have in place, and I'm going to apply this shadow to the center part of my lid. That's looking pretty good, but I think I want to try this eyeshadow wet. So I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of my MAC Fix Plus, just a little bit. And I'm going to focus this primarily right here on the center part on my mobile lid. Don't want to take it up too high. This is a pretty shade, but I think I like it better once I add a little bit of my MAC Fix Plus to it. Just makes it pop just a little bit more. So this really doesn't have to be too perfect at this point, because I am going to go back in with my MAC 242 and go back to the darker shades that I have on each side of my eyes here and blend everything together. So I'm just wanting to make sure that I've got a good amount of this shimmer shade that's showing on my lid here in the center for this look. And I'm going back to this shade right here. I'm also going back to this MAC 242, and I am going to blend the edges of where this darker shade and my shimmer shade are on my lid. So I've got the placement about right as far as this shimmer shade being in the center or closest to the center of my pupils as possible, but it's still looking a little bit too harsh for me. I like to blend it all in together so it's really kind of smooth and has a gradient type of flow. So I'm going to blend these shades together just a little bit more. I'm going to use my Sigma E36 brush, and I'm going to go back into this deepest shade here in this palette, and I'm going to use a little bit of this color to add a little bit more definition into this area here. This is where I've had to go a little bit higher than my natural crease line, so I just want to kind of close this off just a little bit. I just don't want to leave it open, so I'm just going to close it off, or connect the two, you could say that. So just connecting these two sides together. I'm going to add liner and lashes. My liner and my lashes are done, and I am using the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. I am in the shade M20, and I'm going to use this to conceal and highlight all of the areas that you would want to conceal and highlight. That's under the eyes, down the bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow. And I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. I'm in the shade Medium. I'm doing some cream contouring with my Tarte Clay Foundation Stick. It's in the shade Rich Honey. I'm going to use my Tim2 Air to apply my foundation. And today I'm using some Aloe infused airbrush foundation from Tickled Pink. I'm using the shade Mocha with a couple of drops of Americano to come up with my perfect shade match. I'm going to lightly set my face using the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Setting Powder. And this powder is in the shade Medium 3. It is now time for lips, and I am going to use this lip pencil from Melt. This is in the shade Edible. I'm also using this lip product from Melt. This is a lipstick in the shade Old Fashioned. This is my first time using this lipstick combo with the Edible lip liner and the Old Fashioned lipstick, and this is quite pretty. I think the lip liner does make the Old Fashioned appear much darker on my lips, but still it's a very pretty shade. But I'm going to go ahead and smoke out my waterline, and I am going to go back into the darkest shade in this palette once again, and I'm going to use this shade to smoke out the waterline. And this look is done. The Nude Rich palette from Huda Beauty is a beautiful palette. I love this palette, you guys. It's called a nude palette, but it does have some shades in here that are quite deep. This palette has 5 matte shades and 4 shimmers. All of these shades are richly pigmented. The color payoff is great. I did not encounter any kick up or fallout from this palette, so I'm overall satisfied with it. This is a beautiful palette. This is a beautiful look. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye-bye.